Village was in an uproar, because the fourth mysterious death in a row, which everyone believed would happen, actually did. It's like, holy shit. I mean, I know we all thought it was going to happen, but we didn't think it actually would. Satoko-chan's aunt was killed. All the villagers feel rather satisfied about the incident. Then the curse finally fell on her for being a local troublemaker. Like, oh, finally the curse landed on somebody who was an asshole for a change. But I know the truth. When I saw the beaten up body at the crime scene, I knew Satoshi-kun was responsible for it. Her abuse towards Satoko-chan was getting worse and worse. Satoshi-kun wanted to protect her, so he brought home a baseball bat. All the signs were there, so I didn't even need to hear it from Satoshi-kun. Yet I couldn't avoid questioning myself. I felt bad for the Hojo siblings, who had no one on their side, so I tried to be their ally. You know, was it? I can't remember if it was the Prius arc or a different arc entirely, but there was, like, where we saw it from the point of view of, maybe Oishi, where he's, like, questioning Satoshi, and then, like, later has Irie come in to check the body, and Irie clearly knows what's up, what actually happened, but he doesn't tell anything to Oishi. He just mumbles under his breath, just like, it can't be. It can't be. Or maybe that was... Or maybe actually that was a different one entirely. I think that was a different person, actually. Now that I think about it. And yeah, I think that was the Prius arc. It's like, who's the person you're thinking of then? I don't want to say, because it'd be a spoiler, even though... Well, put it this way, it happens in every single arc. So that should narrow it down to who I'm referring to. Felt bad for the Hojo families who had no one on their side, so I tried to be their ally. In the end, I failed to be any help to them. The phone rang, it was Satoshi-kun. He's never called me before. What happened? Does he want me to help him? If so, I will. I truly feel that way. Hello, Coach. Sorry to bother you while you're at work. Oh, don't worry. What can I do for you? Think we can finally get to see what actually happens to Satoshi. I can't think of anyone else who has a car. Car? Sure, I have one. I'm in front of a toy store in Okinawa. Not the one owned by Mion's uncle, but the other one by the dentist's office. Sure, I know what it is. I found a teddy bear for Satoko's birthday, but it's too big to put it on my bicycle. Too big. Satoshi-kun, how big is this teddy bear? I guess he didn't think about it and went to the toy store on his bicycle. Now he's stuck. That's so typical of him, I can't help but smile warmly. In other words, he can't carry both the bicycle and the teddy bear, so he wants me to come pick him up. I told him I'd be right over and headed to the toy store in Okinawa. When I got there, I found that the teddy bear he brought is a lot bigger than I imagined. Not that we're gonna see the teddy bear itself. Oh my, this is huge. There's no way you can put this on your bicycle, huh? The teddy bear is so big that Satoshi-kun can hardly wrap his arms around it. I mean, that doesn't really say much. It's like, okay, so it's wide. Is it also tall? If you, like, sat it down next to someone, would it be taller than Satoko? If he puts it up on his lap in the passenger seat, he won't be able to see anything. We load the bicycle in the back seat and stuff the teddy bear in the trunk. Boy, it must have been expensive. Yeah, I guess. First I thought he was sweating because of the heat, but he's acting oddly, as if he has a high fever and his consciousness is coming and going. What's wrong? You feeling okay? I guess. Well, I think I have a cold. That's not good. Do you want me to swing by the clinic? I'll give you a check. Thank you. When he called earlier, he didn't sound this way. Did he become ill all of a sudden? Why don't you put the seat back? Is it too cold? Are you okay? His face is turning pale. I can tell he has a high fever. Satoshi-kun was pushing himself to buy this teddy bear. A teddy bear this size can't be that cheap. For him to earn enough money in such a short period of time, he must have worked hard and long hours. Maybe he felt relieved now that he got the teddy bear he had wanted to buy. It's not unusual for a person to collapse after reaching his big goal. I'm proud of you for earning enough money to buy such a huge teddy bear. Satoko-chan will be so happy. I hope so. I'm sure she will be, I guarantee it. Her aunt is gone. Her uncle isn't coming back. There's nobody who can hurt her in any way anymore, right? That's right, there won't be anyone who can hurt her, so you can relax now. Her aunt is gone, right? She died, right? Yes, she is dead. I performed the autopsy. There can be no mistake. She'll never abuse Satoko-chan again. Are you sure? Did you really confirm that she's dead? It's the Hinamizawa syndrome, man. He's like, feeling the effects of it. He's like, but is she really dead? Yes, I sure did. So, even if I see someone who looks just like her, it's not her, right? It's not like she was actually alive and recovered, right? No, that's not possible. She'll never come back to us. Then, look, that lady. She looks like her, but that's not my aunt, right? Right? Satoko pointed at the oncoming car in fear. Of course, the car passed by so quickly that I couldn't see her face. But no matter how much she looked like her, it's impossible for her to be alive. Look at her. She looks exactly like her. She even looked at me. Calm down, Satoshi. Your aunt is dead. So no matter how much she looks like her, it's not your aunt. But she looks just like her. Look. No. It must be her. That's my aunt. I killed her. I bashed her head in repeatedly. Why? I can only try to stay calm and drive. It's like, oh boy, what to do when someone's going insane in the back seat and confessing to a crime. Satoko is losing his cool. He's delusional. He's seeing his aunt coming back from the dead. Then I finally realized. I mean, if you didn't realize by that point, Irie, then you're an idiot. Satoko, displaying symptoms of the terminal stage. I need to examine him once I get to the clinic. It's different from Satoko-chan's case. We already have the cure. We can treat Satoshi. If I talk to the man and dogs, they'll take care of the murder of his aunt. So I can both save him from going terminal and give him back his peaceful days with Satoko-chan. He was deranged until just a minute ago, but now he's gone quiet. He didn't fall asleep. I must get to the clinic while Satoshi remains in this calm state. There's no guarantee that he won't attack me while I'm driving. As if he knows what's going through my mind, Satoshi spoke to me quietly. Coach, is this the curse for you, Shirasawa? There is no curse. Please try to stay focused. Satoko, sorry. Till just before I bought the teddy bear, I was thinking about running away. That's why your Shirasawa got angry. I'm a failure as a big brother. I am. You don't need to say anything. Close your eyes and get some rest. We'll get to the clinic soon, and I'll give you some medicine, okay? I feel like there are maggots in my blood. It itches. Don't scratch. Don't claw at your throats. We arrived at the back door to the clinic. I slammed the brakes and stopped the car, and Satoshi crashed through the windshield. No. Satoko has already started to claw at his throat. I can't stop him by myself. Asked for some help through the intercom. Some staff members came out immediately. Maybe Satoshi was surprised to see so many people at once because he started to resist. I don't even need to run tests. He's at L5. He's reached the terminal stage and his thoughts must be filled with delusions. Maybe he thinks that the staff members want to kill him. The staff members pinned his arms and legs down and gave him a shot to put him to sleep. Now come to think of it, it's been so long since that arc, but didn't this similar thing happen to Keiichi in one of the yellow arcs? Where, he ran off in a paranoid state, because, that's being comparisons have been made because they're so similar. Like, Keiichi and Satoshi have gone through a, nearly identical kind of situation. Come to think of it, on more than one occasion as well. So when we went down, I gave him a shot to put him to sleep. Coach, please, help me. Don't worry, I'll make you better, so please relax. Coach, please, take care of Satoko. Please take care of Satoko. To saying those words, he fell unconscious. My, what's going on? Satoshi suddenly displayed symptoms. Considering the amount of stress he's been under, it was just a matter of time. Or maybe he was holding it back until he bought the teddy bear. It's interesting that somehow we always find a live specimen around Botanagashi. Do you think it's the curse of ice, Shirasama? I don't have time to listen to her nonsense. Well, we kind of see what happened to Satoshi, but at the same time not. We just know that he went to the Irie clinic. But we don't actually get to see what happens next. At least not now. First page complete. Second page complete. Third page not complete. Come to think of it, can't do anything with the third one. Fourth page, can't do a roll of one apparently. Obvious curse. I mean, could we have got that one right after the, or was that it? Oh, we could have probably skipped that one and got, wait no, actually we would have needed that. It is titled The Fourth Sacrifice after all. So now we can finally see how Keiichi's followers like, hey, let's move to Hinamizawa. Oh my god, we haven't heard this music in a while. I don't know what to do. My name is Ichiro Maebara, and I am hopelessly lost. I came to Hinamizawa on a tour to find a lot for a vacation home. When the realtor finished explaining some details, he told us to take a walk until the departure time. Such beautiful scenery and fresh air. I let my senses guide me, and here I am. Where am I? I still have a little time before the departure, but I am completely lost. This is basically the middle of nowhere, but people actually do live here. If I keep walking, I should run into somebody, then I can ask for directions. Don't worry. The only thing I need to keep in mind is the departure time for the bullet train. But the more time passes, the more I start to think I was being too optimistic about running into somebody. Because I can't find anybody at all. Maybe I'm walking further and further away from where people are, in which case I'm in serious trouble. So upon hearing someone's voice, I feel immensely relieved. Sounds like little girls are playing nearby. If it's a place where little kids can play, it must be a safe village. I followed those voices. Upon rounding the wild pampas grass, I can see a beautiful field. 2 girls are playing there. 2 girls are dancing in the field filled with blooming wildflowers. What I'm seeing is more beautiful than all the great works of art I've ever seen put together. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but this looks holier than any religious painting. But we do not have a CG in place for that scene. Why is it that seeing innocent girls dance around like this makes people feel this way? It's probably because we're sinners. You can't live with pleasure and glory alone. We sin even as we live. That's why we feel awed by the sight of innocence. It reminds us of the time when we were pure. We grow up naturally and we lose innocence as we do, and we admire and adore the children who symbolize that which we've lost. Meep. There's a suspicious person who's mumbling some weird stuff over there. And this is weird. It's like, what? He can see Hanyu? How does that make any sense? He's... You know what? I wonder how this is going to be explained, because, like, he can see both of them. Rika's the only one who can see Hanyu. Even the people that, you know, suffer with L5 Hinamizawa syndrome can't see Hanyu. They can sense her presence, but not see her. So how the hell is Keiichi's father seeing her? Oh, Rika, that's not a suspicious person. Sorry, I'm not suspicious. I laughed suspiciously.
Have you been staring at my chest and legs?
Nipa. No, I'm not. Don't turn me in, I really wasn't staring. I was using this mirror to fix my hair.
I don't know what you're talking about, but it sure sounds interesting. Like fall, like sun.
It's like, I guess because he's gone through the cycle of events so many times, that he's just like, yep, Keiichi, his father is just like him. And it's just like, what? How do you know that? It's like, I've been through this scene hundreds of times, man. The girls teased me for a while, and when they got tired of doing that, they went back to dancing around, realizing that whatever I said would backfire. I decided to leave them alone and sat down to watch them play. Well, that makes them look even more suspicious. I wonder how old they are. They seem rather young, but maybe they could be close to Keiichi's age. Close to Keiichi's age, my ass. Keiichi's like, what, mid-teens? If we move here, Keiichi might meet them at school. If you had seen them at school, then they were girls that lived here. If all children in Hinamizawa are like them, then even if living a royal life may have some challenges, there's a good reason for us to move here. We're not very good parents. We didn't understand what Keiichi was going through and left him alone until the very end. According to the parenting book I bought, the first few problems are calls for help. It doesn't matter what the action itself is, but the fact that those actions are occurring is a primitive appeal from a child seeking communication. Humans can speak, and that's one of the reasons why we don't notice such things. But what about people who are mute? We can only hear words through our ears, and we can't sense the signs of coming from our son's heart. Keiichi probably thinks it's all his fault. Of course, he's not absent of blame. Humans aren't dogs or cats. We should know what's right and what's wrong. But it's our fault too as his parents. To let him think that he'd had to go that far for us to be able to understand him is really pathetic and disappointing of us. If we had understood him and cornered him, Keiichi wouldn't have done that. It's like, Keiichi what did he do? Well, it was revealed in one of the previous arcs, and I'm sure it'll be revealed here too. So the incidents weren't only Keiichi's fault. Everyone in the Maebara family was to blame. I want to explain that to him, but he's still too young and hot-headed to be able to understand. Right now, the guilt he's feeling is basically crushing him under his weight. He doesn't even have the will to live. My wife is the same. She's blaming herself for forcing him to study for better grades. She thinks that's why the incidents took place. And I'm no different. I blame myself for not being involved in my son's education. I think that's why the incidents took place. The cross will be forever on our shoulders, even after the injured child accepts our apologies. Yet our cold society would tell us to die under the weight of that cross. Even so, we have to live. We have to accept our sins and carry our burdens on our shoulders. Maybe we can start a new life here in this village. I thought about all that as I watched the girls dance. Keiichi needs friends like them. Friends like those girls will offer him so much more than the friends who only talk about cram schools and exam results. The girls are playing near a sign that doesn't fit into this open fields. It's a sign about lots for sale and the name of the realtor who brought me here for the tour is written on it. Does that mean we can live even in this beautiful area if we want to? This little field here will soon have a big-ass house. One of the girls spoke as if reading my mind.
It's a wonderful village. You will find lots of things you don't have in the big city.
Yeah, that's right. I think so too.
But I think you'll bring some things from the city to this village that we don't have.
Do we have anything?
Sure you do. Ow. We've lived in this village for hundreds of years just like this. Nobody comes to visit and nothing happens. And so nothing ever changes.
Isn't that what's good about this place?
Didn't you come here because you wanted to change something?
Yeah, you're right about that.
We want new people to come here too. It's like breaking the dam that keeps the swamp water from flowing out. Water is purified by moving. If it stays motionless, then it's just a swamp. In fact, this village used to be named after a swamp up until the Meiji era, but the name was changed to Hinamizawa. The water in a swamp stagnates because it doesn't flow, but the water in a stream stays fresh.
How is Hanyu just casually talking to him? This is just so bizarre. Oh, there's a frog-looking vase.
Besides, you are all the ones who will teach us that. You all, yeah. That dam can be broken, should be broken.
That dams can be broken, should be broken, okay. Are they playing riddles with me? I have no idea what they're trying to say. But there's one thing I know. The villagers are waiting for new people to come here, and they want to build a future with those newcomers. I looked at the sign behind the girls one more time, so that I'd remember this place. I've already decided.
We'll be waiting for you to move here, Maebara.
Oh, there you are. Sir, how did you get this far out? A raspy voice from the distance ended his innocent moments, before he could be like, wait, how did you know my name? And how did you know I was going to move? It's the realtor. I guess he's been looking for me because I didn't return. Sorry about that, I got lost. I apologized while scratching my head. I turned around to look for the girls, but they weren't there anymore. Well, did they wander off, or were they there to begin with? Well, Rika was. It's like, well, they both were. But maybe, like, Hanyu only briefly appeared as visible to him. I don't know, how does that make sense? Maybe I'll get explained at some points. So that's that. Tea on the veranda being put away. Oh yeah, there was tea being set on the veranda, wasn't there? Let's see if there's any of the other ones available. Nah, those wouldn't be. Yep, looks like that one's next then. Keiichi Maebara. The one who will change everything. Starring in Higurashi, When They Cry, Kai. This is the school? Yeesh, this really is the sticks. Keiichi, don't say stuff like that. The people in this area love coming here. That was my first impression of the Hinamizawa branch school. No matter how I look at it, it doesn't look like a school at all. It even has a sign that says Hinamizawa Forestry Service. Yeah, he's all like, oh man, this is really shit, isn't it? You'll grow to love it, though. I was about to say Satoshi. Keiichi. You're right. We're borrowing the building from the Forestry Service, said the man they called the principal as he laughed heartily. Though it doesn't look like it, it is in fact a school. The rules may be a little different from the one you entered previously, though. Are you okay with that? Yes. I heard all the grades are put in the same classroom at this school. I didn't believe it, but I think it really is true. They're all younger than I am, so I guess it'll be like kindergarten. Though it'll be interesting compared to my previous school where everyone looked the same age. If you transfer here, you will be the oldest boy in the class, so you'll have to be a good role model for the younger students. The younger students have a tendency to copy bad habits from the older ones. I'll be keeping my eyes on you too, so make sure you are aware of that, okay? I understand. I'll do my best. Keiichi, what she means is that textbooks aren't the only thing you'll learn from. As a member of the class and also as an older student, you have to be a good example. I know that already. After that, Chie-sensei brought us to an empty classroom and showed me where my desk would be. Now I find interesting, though, is that from the previous arc, Rika's thoughts revealed that in some of the worlds, Keiichi doesn't even, move there. So I guess in those cases, Keiichi's father either doesn't go on the trip to visit Hinamizawa, or he simply doesn't see the thing that inspires him, which is seeing, Rika and Hanyu, I guess. But it's just like, yes, let's just decide it. This will be a good place for Keiichi to grow up. Since we're all still growing, I'm sure our sizes are very different. There are some desks that are way too small for me to even put my legs under, and over some that are just perfect for me. It's a bit bizarre now I think about it. I've got really long legs. It'd be like, can I just I don't know. I don't have the desks in school, freaking they're not really comfortable desks like that, are they? Just can I just get, a better chair and get a bit more space in here? Feels awkward being this cramped in. There are approximately 30 desks in here, but since all of the different grades are in the same room, I'm sure it's very lively. Must be a nightmare to teach then. There's also a wall full of calligraphy and art from different grades. It's all pretty exciting, nothing like my previous school. Reminds me of the days when I truly enjoyed my school life. Dad, I like it here. I like the school better than the other one in the town. I think my son likes it here. I want him to go to this school too. Just like, that's what I just said, don't Dad? I see, the school in Okime has more resources and better teachers though. Even while saying that, Sensei looked happy to hear that a new student would be transferring into her class. My father and teachers went back to the teacher's office to get the transfer process going. In the meantime, I decided to stay in the classroom and look around. I didn't care about the move. I had lost the will to live because of what I did. It's like, what did he do? I didn't have any willpower and I couldn't even get out of bed. So when my parents told me about the move, I thought that wouldn't change anything. After the move, something did change. I want to restart my life. I want to restart my life and become someone I've always wanted to be. Here in Hinamizawa and at this school, I can do that. I'm not going back to who I was. I'll never again think that good grades are the most important thing in the world. This world, I have a feeling that I can learn the things that are really important in life here at this school. I never had the chance to learn them before now. It's almost embarrassing to put into words, but they're extremely valuable things. If you don't learn them, you won't become a decent adult. Students at the school learned them a long time ago. To them, they're a given. Yet I have to spend time learning about them even at this age. How to make friends, how to play with friends, to play. Things you can only learn from play. Things like socializing with others, etc., etc. Seems so easy, but it'll take me a while to learn them. It's a fair point though. I pushed those things aside and devoted myself to studying. It's like, if you go to school and just focus on studying, you're not really learning. I kind of view school as it's not just about the subjects you learn, it's also learning to interact with others, which is something I didn't do very good at. I'm not trying to say studying isn't important, but you shouldn't become blinded by it. Just oh man, I study so much, that's why you always see smart people who are book smart wear glasses. Just but you can't just assume just because someone has glasses that they're smart. Just no, it could be a complete idiot. If someone says studying and good grades are the most important things in life, he's talking bullshit. You're assuming this person's gender, Keiichi. So, I can't restart my life here restart my life here at the school. Finally, I can become someone I've always wanted to. Always wanted to be, It's he's going to become the most charismatic person in the village. I noticed two girls looking at me through the window. Schoolyard must also be a playground for these children, because I saw a lot of them playing there earlier. I guess those two noticed me walking around the classroom and became curious. I guess that's natural. I'm a stranger to them. Should I say hello and let them know that I'm starting school next Monday?
Finally, we've been waiting for so long.
Oh, And Hanyu, like, no explanation yet. It's like, yeah, this is going to be, this arc is gonna, like, once it gets kicking after the fragments, they're gonna see things quite a bit different. Because, like, you know, Hanyu, I'm pretty sure, was never visible in any of the other worlds. This is, like, because we are going for the ideal scenario, that's the whole point of these fragments. So, it's like, Hanyu was like, you know, get more involved this time around, because while everyone was trying their best, she was pretty much just like, oh no, it's no use, maybe next time. It's like, no, Hanyu, take our hand, join us, and I guess she took it quite literal, because now she's somehow visible.
Oh, this will change things, because Keiichi is the 6 on the die. Yes, he is, but his die rolls 1 far too often. Oh, it's not Keiichi's fault, though. It's all your fault, Hanyu. It's because of you. Apologize to Keiichi.
It's because of you, Hanyu. You didn't get involved until now.
Ow, this is weird. Why am I even here?
Hey, do you know my name? She said my name, didn't she? Did I hear her wrong? Have I met her before?
Nippa, are you a new student?
Eh? Nice to meet you. I'm Keiichi Maebara. I'm starting next Monday. Take care of me, okay?
Ow, sure thing. Here's a message for you, Keiichi, from the Shrine Maiden of the Irie Shrine. On your first day, be careful when you come through the door to the classroom. Also, there'll be a thumbtack on the back of your chair. There'll be a toy frog in your desk, too.
Given warning of Satoko's traps right off the bat.
But even with this warning, you'll fall for it again and again. Your Monday's gonna be disastrous. Poor Keiichi.
It's like right off the bat, it's like, okay, so you're like really accurate fortune teller, are you? It's just like, first day I met these two fortune tellers, right? They read me my fortune, sort of. They predicted, and it actually happened. And I was like, well, shit.
That's why it's fun. Why don't you try overcoming that fate sometime? You'll be the one to teach us that, in one of the many worlds, right?
Yeah, way to confuse him on his first day. I'll be reminded of the prophecy made by the two girls next Monday because of the actions of a snaggle-toothed girl. I realize it too late, though. But I like it here. My name is Keiichi Maebara. Yeah, we've already gone past that. Way past that point. This is my new beginning, and this time I'm going to enjoy it to the fullest. I've been missing out so much, but I'm going to learn all of those things here. I'm going to absorb all of it, like a sponge, and I'll become someone I've always wanted to become. It may take a very long time, but I'll definitely do it. Wow, we've nearly completed this section. I mean, we've still got all this shit, and then after that, we gotta freaking put it all in order. So that's gonna be a nightmare when I get that. Raw sea urchin, make teddy bear, moral support. I'm not sure if we've got the raw sea urchin or whatever. I'm not even sure. Have we had Mio's Dark Nose Revenge? Interesting. Because we haven't had those. And you know, if these were available, they'd be highlighted in blue around them because I clicked on them previously. So maybe it is the one. Maybe it is this one. Or this one. Could be one of these two. Either way it goes though, I'll do for this record session, so let's save and call it a recording. How many pages will there be for save files here by the end of this? Who knows? Because we're still in the fragment section. So, just see you next time, viewers. See you next time.